Good morning. All right, so I am doing this one bright and early. It's 7:46 a.m. here in California right now. Maybe that's not too bright and early. But yesterday, I got these two in the mail. Well, actually, I got this one Saturday, and I've been holding off on it until I got this box. On the left, I have a boxed up iPad Pro 11-inch, and we have the Apple Pencil that's going to attach to it. I am super excited about these. And I just grabbed my scissors, and then I remembered that Apple actually does these really nice boxes where you're able to just tear that open. All right, so as I first unbox this, Apple's got the iPad just like it's packaged right here with the cardboard really nicely. Like you can see that it is giving it flex, but they've packaged that up really cool. Slide that right out. I'd say this is probably one of their more minimal boxes that I've seen it shipped in lately. So I think they did a great job packaging that up with the corrugated cardboard. There's the iPad Pro, and over here I have the Apple Pencil. I'd say this is packaged like the latest iPhones have come for me, where they have this little plastic piece holding it in on the inside. Pull that out. I would say I'd like to see if they were able to do what they did with the iPad, where they can get rid of this plastic and just use the cardboard. I think that would be really cool. All right, so this is the brand new iPad Pro. I was actually sitting at home watching television with my wife and pulled up the internet, and they're like, Apple released an iPad Pro yesterday. I was like, I missed it. How did I actually miss that Apple was coming out with a new iPad? Got on the internet, went ahead and placed my order, and this is just, I love their packaging. It's beautiful on the top here. That's a great picture. Really shows off how much of the screen this iPad is going to be taking up. Nice little pull tab to break into the plastic here. Same on the pencil. No need for scissors with Apple packaging. And we've got the nice little design by Apple in California on the Apple Pencil. I'm going to pull this off screen maybe. Nope, let's see. Does this slide out nicely? It's a little tight. Generally, I find that things open a little bit, but maybe. There we go. So it is out of the box. I love it already. I just love, like, this plastic feels nice. This is ridiculous. Why is their packaging so beautiful? This is the space gray model. You can see that they have a 10 megapixel and a 12 megapixel camera at the top here, the 10 megapixel ultra wide, and then a 12 megapixel wide. And then there's a third little dot up here. That is actually a LiDAR sensor. So it's able to measure depth up to 5 meters away, I want to say, both indoors and outdoors. So this is their most advanced depth sensor that they have on a device right now. On the back of the iPad, we have some little magnetic attachments at the bottom. I believe that is for various keyboard accessories. And on the top here, well, I guess I'll call it the top, we have where we would put the Apple Pencil, and it will charge by connecting right there. We've got a mic on the other side here, 2 mics on the top. There's 2 little dots right up here. Speakers on all 4 corners, and you've got your top button. They do call that the top button in their diagrams. What I love most about this, though, is no home button. It's absolutely amazing. My wife's had the 12.9 inch with no home button for a while, and every time I hit my home button, I'm like, oh, I just can't wait until that disappears. Go ahead and turn that on. So we've got the Apple. For some reason, that looks really big to me right now. Also in the box here, we have the iPad Pro little welcome to iPad Pro package. Your standard Energy Star compliance and terms and conditions and safety and handling of batteries. You have some Apple stickers. You have a USB-C to USB-C cable that it comes with. I love that this charges with USB-C. And then it comes with a little wall adapter for USB-C. All right, we will close that up. And I want to transfer information to this iPad. So I'm going to start that, and then I'll continue with the Apple Pencil open. First thing it's saying is hello in various languages, telling me to swipe up. So I'll go ahead and choose that I want to set this up in my native language, native country. And okay, so we have a quick start. We can either bring an iPhone or an iPad near this one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my previous iPad, bring it right over. And it's asking me, do I want to set up my new iPad? So I'll go ahead and choose continue. And now they want me to scan this image with my previous iPad. So I scanned that. And on my old iPad, it said it is setting up my new iPad, finishing up the new iPad. So it's asking me for my passcode from the previous. All right, I've got my previous passcode in there. So it's activating my iPad. I keep saying iPad a lot. I hope that's okay. It is an iPad unboxing. All right, so that's going to take a few minutes. While that's going, let's see what's in this pencil box. The pencil itself, nice and tiny, and that will snap right onto the iPad, right like that. And nothing else in there. I guess you don't really need anything else in there. A little welcome to Apple Pencil pamphlet. Talks about that you can double tap the side to change modes, that you're able to take the little tip off the top if it breaks, and that it charges on the side of your iPad there. That is what it tells you in there. Are there little stickers in here? There are not little stickers. These are just the safety and handling, battery, Bluetooth, the terms of those. All right, so we'll set that aside. So there is the Apple Pencil. That was a really quick little unboxing that I set aside. So I can now use Face ID to set up my iPad. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'll tap continue. They tell me to position my face and then just sort of look around the camera to get this set up. So I'll go ahead and do that. First scan complete. And second scan complete. So my Face ID is now set up. I'll just continue through that. Honestly, the setup on these have been so much easier in the recent years, as Apple just says, bring your previous device over, put it in front of it, answer a couple of questions, and then get going. So you're really able to open this up and just use it, I'd say, rather quickly. They're still setting up my Apple ID here. Just for comparison, here's my previous iPad versus my new iPad, and you can see like the screen goes all the way up to the edge here, whereas on this we have this big, at the time this was a small block and a small block on the top, bottom, and then left and right's pretty small as well. So they want my password. Let me go ahead and put that in. And I've put my password in. So it's going to continue to set up my Apple ID. When this happens, all my apps from my previous iPad will show up over here. And all of my photos will show up over here. All my documents will show up over here. And then this guy just will, are you sure you want to exit setup? Cancel. So keep your new iPad. All right, so you don't want to close this while it's still setting up. Now it's asking me if I want to update my backup before restoring. My last backup was at March 26th at 7:42 a.m. That's just a moment ago. I don't need to update this. So we'll restore this from the most recent backup. Once I touch that, now I can say OK over here. Yes, I agree to your terms and conditions. Yes, I want to restore all my settings for my backup. And add Apple Cards. I'm going to go ahead and set this. Well, let me hit continue, see what they want from me. Okay, they're listing my previous Apple Cards in there. So it's adding my cards in. This is awesome. It's transferring over my Apple Card. It will also transfer over all my other Apple Pay cards that I had set up. Okay, so it says it's added my Apple Card. So it will be available for use in Wallet and Safari Autofill. Setting up my Apple Cash card. All right, so here it's asking me for my security code for one of my cards. So I'll go ahead and pop this off screen while I put that in. They want me to agree to my terms and conditions. Sure. They want to know that Siri will be set up. I'll go ahead and continue through Siri. Do I want to improve Siri dictation by sharing my recordings and my interactions with this iPad and from any connected HomePod. It says that Apple may review a sample of stored audio. You can change this later in settings. So this one was a little tricky. I don't mind. I think I'm going to be okay with them improving Siri and dictation, but just be aware that they do have samples of stored audio. They don't link it to any particular account, so it's sort of randomized. But they may at some point listen to small pieces of what you're speaking to Siri and dictation. So that is something. You can read more about it in their little item there, but I'm going to share audio recordings. App analytics. I'm a developer. If you are willing to share app analytics, we don't get anything about you. We're just getting information about why our app is crashing. This is awesome to have, so I'm going to, of course, share this with app developers. And it wants my iTunes password. So once you get the correct password in there, you can continue. It's sending me a little code to my other devices to make sure I want this device to have access to my account. I am, of course, wanting that. So I typed it in, I believed. Oh yeah, it's spinning in the top right. It's interesting the code disappeared. That was a little weird to me. So it's restoring from iCloud. It is 8:04 a.m. Let's see how long this takes. They're going to try to estimate for us. We got this up and running. It went from 7:30 till about 2:30 this afternoon in restoring from iCloud, and that was really long for me. I don't think that that's normal. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Let's use Face ID to unlock. Oh, that is so nice to have Face ID on there. All right, so it tells me my restore is completed. Apps and data will continue to download in the background. Now, I do want to mention it took at least 5 hours for it to go through the first progress bar where it said that it was restoring from iCloud backup. And that, I have not experienced that before with a previous product. I don't know if it was because I had it asleep. I had pressed this button and I let it sit there like this. Once I woke it up around like 2 in the afternoon, and then, oh, here, one second, I'm trying to unlock it. Swipe up. I guess I should just read. All right, there it goes, it unlocked. So once I unlocked it and let it sit there unlocked, it took like half an hour. So I don't know if somehow while it was asleep, it was choosing not to download. All right, so let's see what happens after I hit continue here. Setting up your iPad, okay. Honestly, I wish you were set up already. No, I'm kidding. That's all right. We'll see what happens. All right, so they're going to give us a little bit about how to use the iPad without a home button. So they want you to learn that you can swipe up from the bottom edge at any time to go home. The bottom edge will be whatever edge happens to be on the bottom. So it will rotate in all directions, and that will always be the bottom edge for you. That's how you go home. And with that, they want me to swipe up to get started. So welcome to the iPad. Here I have all of my junk that I had on my previous iPad. I have way too many items on there. We'll go back to the first screen. They want me to put in an Apple ID verification here for my iTunes account. So let me go ahead and type that in. Okay, so I got my Apple ID in there. Now it's asking me if I want to allow it's telling me I have to use two-factor authentication. So I'm going to allow this from my mobile phone. There we get the two-factor setup. It wants an Apple ID password for another account I have. I have too many accounts on here. I'm going to say not now. And slide that away. So I will have to say that two of my favorite features about this particular iPad, and the main reason I bought it, well, it's faster than my current one, and my current one, its battery is going really poorly on me. But the Face ID unlock, so just being able to press a button or pick it up. Actually, you don't even have to press a button. Touch the screen and it just sort of unlocks there for you. So that's very similar to the latest iPhones. I love that particular feature. There's no more worrying about the home button. I know, since we all worry about home buttons so much. But being able to quickly get into it, I feel like it's so much faster. The other really neat thing about this particular iPad is with some of the later software, you can go ahead and take the Apple Pencil, just touch it to the screen, and as soon as you do that, you pop right into Notes, and you can go ahead and start to squiggle. Only draw with Apple Pencil. Your fingers will be used for scrolling. Okay, I get that. So I can draw with that, and then scrolling with my fingers. My wife is the artist, so that's about, I guess those are clouds with some birds. If you can tell the difference. All right. And we'll delete that note. Go back. It wants me to, nope, no need for my passcode. And there we have it. I have my new iPad set up. I'm excited to start using it. Oh, there's ooh, that's really pretty. So the first time I put the pencil on the side there while I was on, it showed a picture of the pencil on the right-hand side, and it says, "Welcome to Apple Pencil. Annotate, markup, and edit in apps you use every day. Create instant notes by tapping it to the screen when it's on lock." We already looked at that just a moment ago. And switch tools by double tapping on the pencil. That's cool. So continue. Explore double tap. Double tap on your pencil to switch between the tool and your eraser. Okay. So they're just telling me a little bit about it. Does that show up every time? No, it doesn't. It just shows the little battery at the top. I think it would be cool if they showed the pencil every single time. All right, so Apple Pencil's 100% charged. I would also admit that not having to pop the back off the pencil and plug it into the iPad is a much nicer design. I also like how little this pops up off the back. There's not a very large pop-up on that. So there you have it. This is my latest iPad Pro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoy a great day. Cheers.